In today's international trade, different countries use different currencies, which often brings many inconveniences. Therefore, choosing a global currency has become a consensus in many trade activities, and the US dollar has assumed this responsibility. However, the global financial community is ushering in a major change. Russia and Iran, two strategic members of the BRICS countries on the global political and economic stage, have completed a landmark operation, successfully connecting Iran's CPAM system with Russia's SPFS system. This move not only allows the two countries to use their respective national currencies, rubles and rials, for trade and financial transactions, but also strikes a heavy blow to Western financial hegemony. Imagine that instead of being subservient to the US dollar or the euro, they trade according to their own rules, and these transactions are all conducted in legal national currencies. This is not only a challenge to the Western financial system, but also a strategic move. So, what exactly prompted Iran and Russia to reach such a cooperation? Since the conflict between Russia and Ukraine broke out, Western countries have imposed a series of financial sanctions on Russia, cutting off its connection with the global financial system and freezing Russia's assets abroad. According to statistics, in 2022, about $300 billion of Russia's foreign exchange reserves were frozen, seriously affecting its international payment capabilities. In addition, the reduction in demand for Russian natural gas in the European market has caused its natural gas exports to fall by about 40%. This sanction has caused Russia to lose tens of billions of dollars in revenue each year. Not only that, the United States and the European Union have also banned the export of semiconductors and other high-tech products to Russia, causing its important industrial projects to stagnate. On the other hand, Iran has long been subject to severe sanctions for its nuclear program and other issues. For example, the international oil embargo imposed on Iran has reduced its oil exports from 2.5 million barrels per day in 2011 to less than 700,000 barrels per day in 2021, dealing a devastating blow to its economy and sharply reducing government revenue. In addition, financial sanctions have cut Iran off from the international banking system, and the SWIFT system has excluded Iranian banks, limiting its ability to settle international trade. More importantly, military and technological sanctions have restricted Iran's national defense and technological development, making its military equipment and technology backward and unable to independently develop advanced weapons systems. These sanctions have caused Iran's economy to decline for a long time, with high inflation, rising unemployment, and difficult lives for the people. Faced with the current predicament, the two countries realized that only by breaking the hegemony of the US dollar can the status quo be alleviated. So they decided to join forces to create a brand new financial platform, a system that is not bound by Western rules. This alternative system includes Russia's financial information transmission system and Iran's domestic financial information transmission infrastructure, enabling banks in the two countries to establish direct brokerage relationships. Through this new system, Russia and Iran will be able to bypass the SWIFT system for transactions and reduce their dependence on the US dollar. As of the first half of 2023, bilateral trade between the two countries using the SPFS system increased by 35% to $2 billion. It is worth mentioning that the establishment of this system can also enable the two countries to achieve more autonomy and flexibility in the financial field, so as to more effectively cope with the pressure brought by external sanctions. For example, in a recent transaction, Russia exported a batch of natural gas worth $200 million to Iran and settled it through the SPFS system, completely bypassing the US dollar system. This breakthrough transaction not only brought new hope to the two countries, but also strengthened their confidence in future bilateral trade. The two countries plan to increase their annual bilateral trade volume from $4 billion to $8 billion. In addition to connecting their financial information systems, Iran and Russia also agreed to use the Russian MIR payment system, which has been accepted in several countries such as Turkey and Vietnam. The introduction of the mere payment system allows the two countries to directly settle trade and energy payments, further reducing their dependence on Western financial infrastructure. According to statistics, in the first half of 2023, the transaction volume through the mere system reached $500 million, significantly improving the efficiency of bilateral trade. Russia and Iran are working to wrest back some control by pushing the ruble and rial, paving the way for a more decentralized, multipolar world. But it's not just these two countries we need to focus on. There are more emerging heavyweights like Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Egypt and Ethiopia that are making the BRICS alliance stronger. As this power grows, they are launching a revolution called the BRICS payment system. So what is the best feature of the BRICS payment system? Its decentralized nature. This makes it more resilient to risks and more transparent in operation. Its open API allows it to partner with other payment systems, ensuring that funds are not only safe but also fast. This platform is not just designed for big players, but is inclusive, aiming to provide financial services to everyone, rich or poor, in a busy city or a remote village. It is sustainable, designed for long-term stability, and to keep the economy resilient through ups and downs. Next, let's look at the development of the BRICS payment system. This is not just these countries trying to break free from the shackles of the US dollar, they are reshaping the financial world order, increasing their influence, and taking control for the future. This strategy, known as de-dollarization, weakens the dollar's dominance in global finance and reduces the US's economic control over these countries. It's time for these countries to take control of their own economic destiny. You may ask, how exactly are these countries doing this? The actions of China and Russia are the best example. More than 70% of their bilateral trade no longer relies on the dollar, but is completely in rubles and yuan. Brazil and China are also doing this, settling about $4.3 billion in trade each year in their own currencies. Even India is using the rupee more for commodity transactions with Russia, such as defense and energy transactions. South Africa's trade with China is also conducted in rands and yuan, strengthening their economic ties and reducing their dependence on the dollar. Looking at the emergence of the BRICS payment system, this is not just about making life easier, it is about consolidating the group and resisting external economic pressures. By leveraging cutting-edge technologies such as blockchain and delving into the application of central bank digital currencies, the BRICS payment is creating a payment system that is not only safe and efficient, but also politically neutral. This is a key point. In a world where financial instruments are often used as weapons, having a neutral and reliable platform is a game changer. So, as we see this unfold, it is not just a change in the use of currency, but a comprehensive strategic move to reshape global economic interactions, reduce vulnerabilities, and ensure that these countries are not just participants in the global market, but influential and powerful players, making their own rules. In the end, the rise of the BRICS payment system marks the formation of a new order in the financial world, and a more multipolar and inclusive global financial system is coming. This is not only a victory for the BRICS countries, but also the hope of all countries that want to break free from the shackles of a single currency.